welcome, welcome. Can everyone hear me okay? See me okay? Hey, cuz. You always come on and say hey, cuz. All right, so today we have Miss Christine with us, who is going to be sharing a little bit more about freelance and freedom, which I know is what a lot of persons are looking towards. So we are going to get started. If anyone has any questions for her, you could put them in the notes box, chat box. All right,
Hello.
as we go along. Hi, Christine. How are you?
Hi. Good. Good to see you again.
Same here. Same here. All right, so I did a small introduction, but of course, I always say no one can introduce themselves like themselves. So I want for you to just tell everyone a little bit more about, who you are. Who is Christine? I didn't want to
Sure.
say your last name because I didn't want to pronounce it wrong. So you can tell me that.
Actually, it is Cybold, and a lot of people say Seibold. So thanks
Exactly.
for asking.
No problem.
So let's see. I actually thought I wanted to be a lawyer. So I studied to be a paralegal. Right after college, I got certified as a paralegal. But then I worked for a law office for 4 years and realized that wasn't the path that I wanted to go on.
Right.
I ended up moving abroad to teach English in Spain. And when I came home in 2013, I started working at Harvard University in Boston as a project manager. So basically, I was planning leadership conferences and events for physicians to come to attend to learn their leadership skills. And I did that for 5 years, but I felt like something was missing. It was, the same like 9 to 5 job over and over, and I wanted that freedom.
Yeah.
So I decided 1 year before I quit that I was going to leave my job. I started on Upwork, and I got 3 part-time clients. So their administrative clients, I was doing some interviewing and just some administrative projects.
Right.
And I got a feel for what it was like to be a virtual assistant to make sure that I liked it.
Right.
So I did this whole plan, a year out. I made sure I was saving money, and I just knew that I was tired of the winter, tired of the cold and the snow. And so I ended up moving across the country with my partner in September of 2018.
Right.
And that's when I opened Freelance and Freedom. So I knew, shortly before that I was going to be leaving my full-time job. So I started to grow my clients as I was getting ready to leave. Right. So that by the time that I was working only for myself, I think I had like 5 clients to start out with. So, so yeah, that's how Freelance and Freedom was born. And now it's been almost 2 years. So,
well, congrats.
Thank you.
Which month makes it 2 years?
September.
Okay. So
yeah.
Very close.
Yeah. September 7th, I left my job at Harvard. So,
well, congrats.
Thanks.
So guys, I hope you are all listening here. You have the chance to walk away from your jobs if you're not happy there.
Yes.
All right. So like for anyone here who is on the call, who's not too sure about who is a virtual assistant, or what it is that you do and what are the possible jobs out there as a virtual assistant, could you give them a little bit of clarity on that?
Yeah. So I think virtual assistant is a very broad name. So it can be like a secretary, but you just work virtually from anywhere that has Wi-Fi. So you can deal with emails or scheduling travel, working on research projects. You can be a social media manager. You can do human resources. So for one of my clients, I do a lot of interviews. So we do like face-to-face, FaceTime interviews. Really, my goal was to help other entrepreneurs take tasks off their plates to give them
Right.
back more time so they can focus either on their family or focus on other parts of their business so that they can grow and not worry about the smaller details or other projects that are going on.
Ah. So like would you say then it's like whatever you are really good at, odds are there is an opportunity out there for you to be a virtual assistant within that field? Right?
Absolutely. I think it is important to specialize in a certain area or at
Right.
least a certain niche. So when
Yeah.
I started, I definitely, it was a mistake that I made, but I would take like any job that I could get just because I needed the
Right.
money. But then now I really work with wellness entrepreneurs. So people that work in the health and wellness field. So
Right.
coaches, gyms, personal trainers, things
Right.
like that.
Would you say that there's any specific niche that's maybe a bit more popular than others?
No, I think what's important is that you're passionate about it or there's something that calls you to do
Right.
it. So I know like a lot of people are focusing on the environmental sector now because people want to improve the environment. So
Right.
something that that calls you that you enjoy doing.
But yeah.
So that's actually part of my story is like 6 months after being a virtual assistant, I thought that the freedom to travel was going to be enough for me, but I realized that I wasn't really passionate about the work that I was doing. So
Right.
then I became certified as a life coach a year ago, and now I coach women on how to leave their 9 to 5 jobs and open
Right.
their own virtual business, whatever that looks like. So different kinds, because the foundation is the same. So
Uh,
I think it's
that was
important to be
actually
passionate.
so it's good that you actually touched on that because that was going to be my other question.
Mm.
Like, what kind of businesses can you start from being a virtual assistant?
So you could do customer service based, so taking phone calls,
Right.
again, being a social media manager, building websites. There's
Right.
a lot of bloggers like you started doing
Right.
blogging.
Hmm.
There's a lot of writing, writing for
Right.
newspapers, writing for journals,
Right.
photography, really anything that you can do virtually with internet,
Right.
is open now that everything is digital. So,
Ah, I'm happy that you said that because that's something that I had been, talking about some time ago, saying that there are different skills. There are so many different things that you can earn from. So it's
mm-hmm.
really just to be more aware because a lot of people have some of these skills but not sure or they don't know the ability that they hold with these skills in terms of what they can do with it.
Yeah.
All right. So for persons who are trying to promote their businesses online, what kind of tricks and tips do you have for them to promote it online? Especially, not everybody's over the pandemic for sure. So how is it that you could give persons some tips on that?
Mm-hmm. So I think before any system that you use is believing in yourself. So believing in yourself and making connections because you never know who you're going to meet, who they know, what collaboration can come from it. Like you and I met
Right.
online.
No.
Now we both were interviewing each other on the
Exactly.
Instagram. So I think just being open to meeting people and believing that what you have to offer is good. And then after that, there's email marketing
Right.
and just being visible with video, showing, adding value, promoting content that shows that what your job is and how you can
Right.
add value to other people's lives. So whether it's a YouTube channel or going live on Instagram,
Right.
but just getting your face out there because people want to know who they're working with and
Right.
they want to know that they can trust you.
Right. It's something I think I keep seeing articles on that since of late, saying that videoing now is the way to go. If you look on most pages, it's now videos versus just pictures. So anyone looking to promote an online business, videos, okay? I
Yeah.
know there are good apps. I'm not sure if I know Canva is a very good app. It helps me a lot with designing a lot of things. It's so
Yes.
convenient. So guys, you could check that out.
Yep.
But the thing is, Christine, with everything that we do, it comes with some challenges. So
Mm-hmm.
tell us a little bit more about some of the challenges that you would have faced between going through your journey as well as starting your own business.
So I think dealing with the emotional ups and downs of entrepreneurship, because one minute you can be really happy, getting a new client, and then the next day
Lose
maybe
the
you
time.
lose a client. Exactly.
Right.
And so one minute you're like, I love my business, and the next minute you're like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore.
Right.
So that's one thing for sure. So finding a place where you can find peace, whether it's through meditation or going for walks or going to the ocean, doing something that you enjoy that can take you out of that sad
No.
place when it is difficult.
Right.
Um, and then for me, I was very lonely. So I went from the office life to working by myself at home, and I was in a new city that I didn't know anybody. So I
Oh,
had to force myself to go out and make connections, find
right.
communities, find different groups and network. But it took some time.
Yeah.
I think people forget that you can be lonely, working by yourself in your room all day.
That's true.
And then the last thing I would say is setting boundaries for myself. So making sure I get up and take breaks, go outside for a walk, get my exercise in, and eat healthy. Because
Right.
again, if you're at home all day, especially during a pandemic,
Oh, yeah.
the fridge is right
It's
there.
right there. Oh, yeah.
And you can be so busy with work, you can forget to like go exercise if you don't schedule it in.
Right.
So I would say make a good schedule for yourself and try to stick to it as much as possible.
Yeah. I think scheduling is really important for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. Good. So, for anyone who might be on now, who is looking to start a virtual assistant business or even just to start as a virtual assistant,
Mm-hmm.
what is some advice that you could give them?
I would say do a little bit of research and then just start. So that's like my biggest thing is just start. You figure out the steps along the way as you go. It doesn't have to be perfect for you to just start it.
Right.
You'll learn a lot along the journey. And I would just say also just stick with it. There's a lot of free advice out there. There's a lot of coaches that offer free sessions that you can ask questions. Just take advantage of all of the information that is on the internet or on Instagram that's around there, because you can learn a lot on your own just by doing a little bit of research. So just start and believe in yourself, like I mentioned at the beginning. So, because everyone has some kind of skill that they can take and turn into, um, a virtual something.
Right. That's the direction, guys.
Yeah,
Virtuality. All right.
exactly.
All right. So I know you have a coaching program, so you could tell everyone about that, as well as like where to find you on all socials. And if anyone has any questions, you guys could put that in the comment box, I think.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
So I'm freelance and freedom. On my website, freelanceandfreedom.com, my Instagram, freelance and freedom, same thing with Facebook. And yeah, I have an 8-week coaching program that is for people that are just starting out. So it takes them from A to Z and shows you, how to build a business plan, a brand, marketing, all of the steps that are needed, setting up schedules and routines. So each week is a different theme, and I take you through it one-on-one virtually online. And at the end, your business is registered and you're like ready to go. So
Well, there you go. So if anyone wants like more information or finer details on that, you could always message Christine on,
yeah,
right, and you could see there it's can you spell it for me? I think it's
Free,
freelance and as in just N, right?
just the N, yeah.
Just the N, right?
Freelance and freedom.
Freedom. Right. So
Yes.
not and, but N.
Yes.
All right. So Christine, it was such a pleasure to have you again today. And
Yes.
please continue to keep the connection. As I tell persons, it's really nice meeting a lot of different people, and it helps to build network and awareness to things that are not necessarily being made known. So thanks
Mm-hmm.
so much for taking the time. And also, thanks for having me on your platform yesterday. And thanks for being on mine today. All right.
Yes,
So we'll
thank you for the
definitely,
opportunity.
for sure. And we'll continue to keep in touch. Is there anything you want to
Absolutely.
say to anyone before we go?
No, just if you have any questions at all about starting a business or what a virtual assistant is, I'm happy to answer. Just send me a message.
All right. Awesome.